Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either.
Welcome back to Trending Celebrates, your go-to channel for the latest global news and deep dives. Today, we're unpacking a breaking story about the recent U.S. military strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. Despite bold claims, new intelligence suggests these strikes did not destroy Iran's nuclear program but only delayed it by a few months. Let's dive into the details. In early June 2025, the United States launched a series of airstrikes targeting Iran's nuclear infrastructure, specifically hitting three key sites: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. These strikes involved advanced Earth-penetrating bunker-buster bombs dropped by B-2 bombers and Tomahawk cruise missiles launched from submarines. The operation was hailed by President Donald Trump and senior officials as a spectacular military success that completely obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities. However, a recently leaked preliminary intelligence assessment from the Pentagon's Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA, paints a different picture. According to multiple sources familiar with the classified report, the strikes caused damage but did not destroy the core components of Iran's nuclear program. Iran's uranium enrichment centrifuges remain largely intact. The stockpile of enriched uranium was not destroyed. Underground facilities, especially at Esfahan, were too deeply buried for the bunker-buster bombs to fully penetrate. Instead, only surface-level damage was inflicted. This assessment estimates that Iran's nuclear program has been set back by only 1 to 2 months, rather than being obliterated as claimed. The DIA's findings contradict public statements from President Trump and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who maintain that the strikes devastated Iran's nuclear program. The White House has strongly rejected the intelligence report, calling it flat-out wrong, and accusing those who leaked it of trying to demean the president and discredit the military mission. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt emphasized that precision bombing with 14 30,000-pound bombs should have resulted in total obliteration of the targeted sites. The intelligence report also reveals that Iran likely retains secret nuclear facilities that were not targeted because their locations remain unknown to the U.S. This raises concerns that Iran's nuclear ambitions are far from ended. Moreover, the intact uranium stockpile means Iran could enrich uranium to weapons-grade levels within weeks if it chooses, accelerating its nuclear weapons potential dramatically. This intelligence comes at a critical time, just after a ceasefire between Iran and Israel, and complicates diplomatic efforts to contain Iran's nuclear program through negotiations and inspections. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, Director General Rafael Grossi has expressed uncertainty about the current whereabouts of Iran's uranium stockpiles and has called for Iran to resume inspections for global transparency. Meanwhile, Israel reportedly believes there are additional secret nuclear sites in Iran that remain operational and unscathed by the recent strikes. The U.S. and its allies now face the challenge of reassessing their strategy, balancing military pressure with diplomatic engagement to prevent Iran from advancing its nuclear capabilities further. This development underscores the complexity of dismantling a nuclear program embedded in fortified underground facilities and spread across secret locations. It also highlights the limitations of military strikes in fully neutralizing such programs without comprehensive intelligence and follow-up actions. Experts warn that underestimating Iran's nuclear resilience could have serious consequences for regional and global security, potentially triggering an arms race or increased tensions in the Middle East. To sum up, while the U.S. airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites inflicted damage, recent intelligence reveals that Iran's nuclear program remains largely intact and could resume operations within months. This revelation challenges earlier claims of total destruction and signals a protracted struggle ahead in curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions. Stay tuned to Trending Celebrates for ongoing updates on this developing story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on global events. I'm Sylvan and thanks for watching. Subscribe for more breaking news and trending stories.